Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome parents and students. This is an introduction to Mr. Moore's math classroom for this year. Now, one thing about it, this picture does not do a good job of representing what our class is going to look like. Our class is going to look a lot more like this. You're going to see a lot more of my face. You're going to see a lot more of this type of video because we're not going to have a lot of me standing at the board and you sitting and getting. It's going to be a lot more active than that. So let's get rid of this and let's go over here to Canvas. Canvas is a learning management software. What that means is that's going to be the place where we organize all of the stuff that we're going to be doing during the course of the year. And when you go to Canvas, which I'll get you a login, we'll get you all taken care of the first or second day of school. And that also means, parents, that you can access this as well. So follow along and let's talk about how we're going to use this. In every Canvas page, we have a number of different courses. So depending on what course you're in, now if you're in my pre-calculus course, this is what you'll see when it comes up. And each of these courses has modules. Now these modules are important because modules is how we're going to organize everything we're going to do throughout the course of the year. It is a list of everything we're going to do from top to bottom, soup to nuts. Now, these are the basics, okay? We're going to, in class, do a lot more deeper learning, but to give you an idea, let's take a look. First of all, you're going to have Chromebooks this year, so you're going to be able to access this from your Chromebooks. All of this can be done on those Chromebooks. But let's say you have connectivity issues, or parents, if your internet at home is a little spotty or a little limited in any way, just let me know in the first week or so of class. We'll come up with some solutions. One of those solutions is a morning hall pass. I have wooden passes hanging out in front of my classroom that allow students to get contact to any computer in the building. Or if we need Chromebook time, we can do that too. So there's options on getting those taken care of. We're going to start with all sorts of entrance activities where you're going to be up and learning. This is not a class where you're going to just sit. This is going to be a classroom all year that's going to be working in teams. It's going to be presenting, whether on the board or through computer or digital means. It's going to be a variety of things because if you can present and if you can tell others about the math, you understand the math. But let's get to some of our basics. Let's go on down here and let's go to linear and angular velocity. This is a standard module in which you're going to have some instructions and an instructional video. The instructional video is going to be fairly short. So let's take a look here. You can either access it through YouTube,
we have a lesson
or within the module itself. But I'll show YouTube here so you can see it a little bigger. I've muted it so that you can continue to hear me talk, but you'll have the notes, you'll have me explaining it to you, and in many cases, there's going to be a quiz following that. And so you'll have the notes for everything we talked about, and then you'll have a quiz that comes right after it. Now, sometimes that quiz will be built in using a tool like Edpuzzle, where the video and the questions are actually mixed together so that as you go through, I can ask you things about that information so that we keep track as we go. So just a couple tools that we're going to use. As you can see, we're going to use manipulatives. We're going to use traditional notes. We are going to use calculator. For most all my classes, a standard scientific calculator will work, a TI-30X, something that's pretty basic, okay, $10, $15. For the Calculus 2 and the pre-calculus classrooms, probably going to need a graphing calculator. Now, we are going to use Desmos quite a bit, but there are some things that a graphing calculator is really necessary. That's why it's available in the handbook. Now, another thing about Canvas, on top of having the modules, on top of having the videos, the notes, the quizzes, etc., and everything here for you, you also have one-click access to me. Now, you have access through your Chromebook, but you also have access through Canvas. So if you want to email me up on your inbox, all you have to do is go to email me. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no reason to have questions at night. If you are working too long on a homework assignment, stop, okay? Shoot me an email, shoot me a text. Let's get those problems taken care of. There's no reason to sit and be frustrated about math. Let's get those questions answered. Additionally, both parents and students, I'm available before school, after school, and really anytime during the day that you want. because you come into my classroom, I'm going to get you help. So you can contact me digitally, you can get in touch with me physically in terms of before school, after school, lunchtime, all those things, maybe even some focus period time, don't even know. So all of these things are available to you. There is no reason for you to not be ready. Last thing, I will be assigning these videos and these modules, and they'll be done ahead of time. It's called a flipped classroom. So you're going to be expected to be ready with your module, having watched it, having done the quiz, maybe done those 2 or 3 problems that are included in that module. Reason being, when you come to class, we're going to go deeper in learning, okay? We're not going to sit and do homework in class. We're going to go deeper learning, presentations at the board. This is going to be something where you're responsible for getting those videos done, the introductory material ready, because what I do is I can call this, you're coming primed to learn. We're not starting from ground zero. You're coming ready with some information. So that allows us to move further, farther, and deeper and learn the material better. Parents, if you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to go on to the school website, moreM@mountzion.k12.il.us, or once your student has Canvas, feel free to watch all of these pieces. Email me. My extension at the school is extension 1245. So, get in touch with me. There is no reason, ladies and gentlemen, to have questions. Let's talk, let's communicate. But when you come to class, once we get all this set up, you're going to need to be ready to learn, because we're going to have a big year. It's going to be a slightly different math classroom than you're used to, but I think it's going to be a much better classroom.